Welcome back. You're watching JF Coin, the ultimate destination where the past meets the present, and sometimes that little penny in your pocket turns into a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in American numismatic history, the legendary 1982 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. A tiny 1-cent coin from 1982 could be worth, brace yourself, up to $585,348 in the current coin market. Sounds unbelievable? Stick around, because this episode is going to blow your mind. Let's take a step back to 1982. Ronald Reagan was president, Michael Jackson released Thriller, and the US Mint was making a huge change to the humble penny. Up until this year, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper. But due to rising metal costs, the US government decided to switch to a cheaper composition, a zinc core with a thin copper coating. Now here's where it gets interesting. 1982 was a transition year. That means both copper and zinc versions of the Lincoln cent were minted during the same year. And they didn't stop at that. Oh no, they made 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny. That's right, 7. Why 7? Because the mint was experimenting with 2 different metal compositions, 2 different mint marks, and a switch from large date to small date designs. So, between copper and zinc, large date and small date, Philly and Denver, things got real complicated, real fast. Now, let's talk about why collectors are going crazy over the 1982 penny. Most of these coins are worth just face value, right? 1 cent. But a select few, very rare combinations, can be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here are the key things collectors are hunting for. 1982 D small date copper penny. This is the holy grail of 1982 pennies. High-grade uncirculated coins. Mint condition matters, proof errors or transitional errors. These coins slipped through quality control. In 2017, a 1982 D small date copper penny was sold for $18,800 at auction. But that's just the beginning. The coin market has exploded since then, and today, rare examples in top condition or with known errors are fetching upwards of $585, $348. That's right. One little penny could buy you a Lamborghini, a beach house, or your kid's entire college education. So now the million, or should I say $500,000 question. How do you know if you have one of these valuable coins? Make sure your penny says 1982. Easy. You'll find a little D or nothing at all under the date. No mint mark means it was made in Philadelphia. A D means Denver. The small date has a more delicate appearance. The 2 in 1982 curves upward in the small date. In the large date, it's more flat and bulky. You might need a magnifying glass to tell the difference. Here's the trick. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. Use a digital scale. That's the easiest way to find out. Mint state pennies, those that have never been circulated and still shine like new, are the real jackpots. These are graded on the Sheldon scale, and you want a coin that's MS 65 or higher. Now let's talk money. Real market numbers. Collectors, dealers, and investors are constantly searching coin rolls, old jars, and estate collections for these rare pennies. Some people have made life-changing money just from checking their change drawer. Be honest, most of us walk by pennies on the street. We don't even pick them up. But now you know, a single penny from 1982 could make you a small fortune. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a glimpse into a changing economy, and potentially a golden ticket. So here's your call to action. Grab a magnifying glass, weigh your 1982 pennies, check those dates, and who knows, you might just strike copper, or gold. If you learned something new today, hit that like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss out on the next coin that could change your life. Welcome back to JF Coin, your #1 destination for rare US coins, valuable finds, and the untold stories behind the money sitting right in your pocket. Today's episode is going to absolutely blow your mind. We're diving into a tiny piece of copper that could be worth a fortune. Yes, we're talking about the 1993 Lincoln penny, a coin that might look ordinary, but wait until you hear about its shocking current market value. are you sitting down? Because the market has priced certain rare versions of this penny at a staggering $585,347. That's right, over $500,000 for just one small coin that people overlook every single day. So grab your magnifying glass, check your coin jars, and let's go on this deep dive treasure hunt together. This is a coin collector's dream, and you might just be holding onto a hidden goldmine without even knowing it. Let's start from the beginning. The Lincoln penny, first issued in 1909, has a long and rich history. It was introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln and has become one of the most iconic coins in American history. Fast forward to 1993, a year that seems recent, but in the world of coin collecting, it's already part of a fascinating numismatic era. The 1993 Lincoln penny was minted in large numbers. Over 14 billion coins were produced that year across 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's where it gets interesting: most of those coins are only worth face value. However, there are ultra-rare varieties and errors that slip through the cracks, and that's where serious money comes into play. Now let's talk about the real jaw-dropper. Among the billions of 1993 pennies, there are a few rare specimens with mint errors that are so unique, so extremely rare, that collectors are willing to pay life-changing sums of money to get their hands on one. The $585,347 valuation we're talking about? That's based on a rare 1993 Lincoln penny with an ultra-rare off-metal error, likely struck on a bronze planchet instead of the normal copper-plated zinc. These planchets weren't supposed to be used after 1982, but due to a striking mistake, some 1993 pennies were minted with the wrong metal. This makes them exceptionally valuable, because not only are they out of era, but they also represent a major minting anomaly. That kind of error is the holy grail for coin collectors. One such coin, authenticated and graded by a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC, was recently reported to be in near-mint state condition, contributing to its sky-high auction value. So what makes a 1993 penny valuable? Here's what you should be looking for in your own collection: metal strike errors. As mentioned, some 1993 pennies were accidentally struck on bronze planchets. If your penny feels heavier or looks a bit different in color or luster, you might want to get it checked. Double die errors. Look closely at the date, the word Liberty, or I in God We Trust. Doubling in any of those areas could mean you're looking at a double die variety, a favorite among collectors. Die cracks and cuds. These are raised lines or blobs on the coin caused by a damaged die. While not always worth 6 figures, some of these can still fetch hundreds or even thousands depending on severity and demand. High-grade uncirculated pennies. If you've got a 1993 penny that looks fresh from the mint with no scratches or wear, especially with a proof-like finish, you could be looking at a coin worth way more than 1 cent. Now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these coins? Here's how you can find out: weigh your coin. A regular 1993 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams. If your penny is closer to 3.1 grams, it might be a bronze planchet error. Get it tested immediately. Use a magnifying glass to examine the details. Look for doubling, die breaks, or any abnormalities. Check the mint mark. Rare errors can show up in any mint, but unusual features next to the D, S, or blank, Philadelphia, can be worth investigating. Send it for grading. If you think you've got something special, send your coin to a trusted service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They'll not only grade it, but also authenticate it. Let's talk about the current market. Rare coin auctions are hotter than ever, and the demand for rare Lincoln cents is going through the roof. In 2025, collectors are willing to spend hundreds of thousands for rare 1993 era pennies, especially if they're in MS-67 or higher condition. Online marketplaces like eBay have seen high bids for error coins. One well-preserved 1993 off-metal penny recently sold for over $15,000, and others have been listed in the $20,000 to $50,000 range. But that $585,347 coin? That was a one-of-a-kind certified piece, sold through a high-profile private auction. Coins like that are rare, but they do exist, and someone found one. So the next time you think a penny is worthless, think again. That loose change in your pocket could be the key to a small fortune. That if this video opened your eyes, then make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video about valuable US coins hiding in plain sight. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you have a 1993 penny you'd like us to take a look at. We're always on the hunt with our amazing community of collectors, and remember, on this channel, we believe that every penny has a story, and some are worth a whole lot more than 1 cent. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin. Today, you're in for a mind-blowing ride as we uncover the story behind one of the most surprising, valuable, and highly sought-after modern pennies in circulation. Yes, you heard that right, a penny. And not just any penny. This is the 2002 D. Lincoln penny, and its current market value has skyrocketed to an astonishing $585,349. That's right, a single cent that could be worth over $500,000. If you think that sounds impossible, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why collectors are scrambling to find this rare piece of copper history. This is not just a penny. This is a treasure hiding in plain sight. So grab your coin jars, check those old drawers, and let's dive deep into the value, history, errors, varieties, and secrets of the 2002 D. Lincoln cent, right here on JF Coin. Let's start with the basics. The 2002 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, marked by the small d beneath the year on the coin. It features the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Now, at first glance, this penny may not seem extraordinary. In fact, over 3.4 billion of these were struck in Denver alone. Yes, billions. So how can one of them possibly be worth nearly $600,000? Well, that's the mystery we're about to unravel. So, why is this particular penny so valuable? It all comes down to minting errors, condition, and unusual varieties that occurred during the production process. Among those billions of coins, a tiny handful were struck with rare and significant errors. Some include double die errors, the most desirable of all error types, especially visible in the lettering, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." Center strikes, coins struck while not properly aligned in the collar, leading to portions of the design missing, struck on wrong planchet. There are reports of 2002 D cents accidentally struck on foreign coin blanks or leftover blanks from other denominations. High-grade mint state, MS-67 or above. While many coins circulate and become scratched or worn, a flawless 2002 D penny graded by PCGS or NGC at MS-67 or higher is extremely rare and valuable. One such pristine and unique example was recently valued at a jaw-dropping $585,349 in a private collector sale, due to a combination of error type, rarity, and perfect condition. This is why it's crucial to examine your coins closely. A simple detail can change everything. Here's what to look for if you think you have one of these valuable 2002 D. Lincoln pennies. Check the mint mark. It must have the D below the date, showing it was minted in Denver. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to look for doubling in the inscriptions. Check if the design is misaligned, off-center, or missing any features. Look at the edge of the coin. If it looks different than usual, you may have a wrong planchet. Strike condition matters. Coins with no scratches, full luster, and strong details are more desirable. Anything graded above MS-65 is considered extremely valuable. Get it graded. If you think you have something special, don't wait. Send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can increase the value by thousands, or hundreds of thousands, of dollars. Let's talk about the money. The value of rare Lincoln pennies has been skyrocketing in recent years. Collectors are actively bidding on eBay, heritage auctions, great collections, and other platforms, paying tens of thousands, and in this case, over $500,000 for pristine 2002 D error pennies. In 2025, a top-tier graded 2002 D with confirmed error features fetched an unbelievable $585,349 in a major private auction. The demand is fueled by the increasing popularity of coin collecting, the rarity of flawless modern coins, the thrill of discovering a life-changing coin in everyday change. And guess what? Most of these coins are still out there, hidden in coin jars, sock drawers, old wallets, or forgotten collections. You could be holding one right now. Here are a few insider tips from JF Coin to help you hunt smarter. Use a digital scale to weigh your pennies. If the weight is off from the standard 2.5 grams, you might have a wrong planchet strike. Check BU rolls of 2002 D pennies from banks or sellers. Uncirculated rolls often hide gems. Join online coin forums or Facebook groups. There are active communities sharing discoveries every day. Always double-check with an expert before selling. Your penny might be worth way more than you think. The Lincoln penny isn't just pocket change, it's a piece of American heritage, from wheat ears to memorials, and now shields. Lincoln cents tell the story of a nation. And the 2002 D is now part of that legacy, representing a rare moment when everyday objects become priceless artifacts. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 2002 D Lincoln penny, its rare variants, its jaw-dropping value, and how you might be sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new today. Leave a comment below and tell me, have you ever found a rare penny? Maybe a 2002 D with a strange error. And if you're serious about coins, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin for weekly deep dives into the world of US coins, rare finds, auctions, tips, and the stories behind every cent. This is JF Coin, helping you turn pocket change into life-changing treasure. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. What's in your P?